You grew up with slammed doors, shouted, "You're ruining my life," and mixtapes of rage. You're teen, no yelling, no slamming, no, "I hate you." Just, okay, whatever. They don't fight you. They just aren't really there anymore. The scariest teens aren't loud. They quietly decide, you can control what I do. You don't get access to who I am. You didn't lose your teen in a fight. You lost them in silence. And silence feels peaceful right up until you realize you don't know who they are anymore. Let's break down why modern teens aren't rebelling, they're emotionally checking out instead, and what that actually means for your relationship. Number 1, you made the rebellion too expensive, so they quit the game. Old school rebellion had a clear script. You say no, they yell, you ground them, everyone sulks, life goes on. It was messy, but at least it was contact. Now, a lot of teens have quietly realized, if I argue, I lose. If I protest, I lose harder. If I just nod and shut up, I lose less. It's rebellion with fewer calories, lower effort, same distance. When every disagreement ends with a 40-minute lecture, because I said so, that's why, fighting back starts to feel pointless. So they switch strategies out loud. Okay, sure. Inside, I'm gonna do what I want. You'll just never know me well enough to see it. You didn't kill rebellion. You upgraded it from visible resistance to silent disengagement. And once that switch flips, getting them back is harder than stopping a slammed door ever was. The kid who rolls their eyes and shouts, "This is unfair," still believes you might listen. The kid who shrugs and says, "It's whatever," has already left the conversation emotionally. Number 2, when every feeling turns into a lecture, kids stop bringing feelings. Picture this. They say, "School sucked today." You say, "Why?" They start, "People were being weird in class," and you jump to, "Did you try ignoring them? You know, when I was your age." This is why you need to focus on your work. You're not evil. You're just in fix-it mode 24/7. But here's the translation in their head. If I tell you how I feel, I get a TED Talk instead of a human. So they adapt. Feeling. This is too much effort to explain. Result? I'm fine. It's nothing. I don't know. So they don't rebel. They go low power mode. And once they learn silence costs less than honesty, they stop risking either. Number 3, constant surveillance killed open rebellion and pushed them inward. You've got location sharing, camera at the front door, share your password or no phone, random phone checks, send me a picture of where you are. From your side, it's safety. From their side, it's, I live in a nice little police state with snacks. There's no space left for classic rebellion. Sneaking out, the GPS will snitch. Secret phone, you'll eventually find it. Hidden socials, you scroll like Aunt Linda with a law degree. So they stop trying to escape physically and start escaping internally. They rebel by keeping their real thoughts off your radar, gray rocking you while being wildly alive in spaces you don't see. You think, my teen doesn't rebel, they're so good. Sometimes the truth is closer to, my teen has learned I will find anything external, so they've moved everything internal. Obedience isn't trust, it's camouflage. In reality, you're living with a kid who's slowly putting more and more of themselves in places you can't reach. Number 4, good kid mode is sometimes just advanced numbness. Every parent dreams of the easy teen, good grades, no drama, doesn't party, helps out at home, never argues. But there's a dark version of that kid, the one who never asks for help, never complains, and never tells you what they actually want, because they've learned, if I just do everything right, nobody will look too closely at how I feel. This is how emotional detachment looks when it dresses up as maturity. I don't need anything. It's fine. Other people have it worse. you're stressed. I don't want to bother you. It sounds responsible. Sometimes it's just collapse in a blazer. Rebellious teens say, you can't control me. Detached teens say, you can control my behavior. I'll just delete the part that needs anything from you. One drives you crazy. The other quietly scares therapists. Number 5. They tried being honest once and regretted it. Think about the last time your teen really opened up. Not the math is annoying level, the I feel lonely, anxious, not good enough level. What happened after? Did it become a weekly interrogation? How's your anxiety now? Are you still feeling weird? Do you spiral? Is it my fault? Did I ruin you? Are we bad parents? Did you weaponize it into an argument? This is exactly why you're anxious all the time. They clocked all of that. That moment didn't make them dramatic. It made them careful. Rebellion needs energy. Emotional detachment is the behavior of someone who's decided explaining myself is more painful than being misunderstood. At least misunderstood lets me sleep. That's not emotional maturity. That's self-protection. Number 6, you raised a teen who's afraid of their own anger. A lot of parents do this one accidentally. You blow up when you're mad, then give big speeches about controlling anger when they're mad. You punish tone more than truth. Eventually, many teens decide anger's dangerous. When I show it, I lose everything. So they stop arguing, saying this isn't fair, pushing back on rules. Everyone thinks, wow, such a calm kid. Inside, what's actually happening is closer to anger is swallowed, hurt is joked about, resentment is stored long-term. Secret fantasies of leaving at 18 and never coming back. You didn't end the rebellion. You just made it invisible. They're not fighting you. They're slowly unfriending you. You didn't remove anger. You quarantined it, and anger doesn't disappear when you quarantine it. It just leaks out later, sideways. Number 7, what emotional detachment actually looks like and why teens choose it. Emotional detachment isn't dramatic. It's what happens when rebellion feels pointless and honesty feels dangerous. There's no door slamming, no I hate you, no obvious crisis, just a slow fade. Any one of these on its own is normal. It's the pattern that matters. You start noticing clusters like minimal answers on loop. I don't know. It's fine. I'm tired. No opinions. I don't care. You decide. Whatever's easier. Performing okayness. Smiling, joking, never going deeper than surface level safe topics. Living on headphones. Always half present. 1 foot in your world, 1 foot somewhere you can't reach. Never initiating contact. They respond if you talk. They never start. One of these, probably a mood. 3 or more consistently, you're not looking at a chill teen. You're looking at a teen who has quietly decided it's safer to disappear while staying in a room. That's not rebellion. That's a slow emotional exit. And here's why teens choose that instead of fighting back. At some point, they subconsciously run this experiment. Fight back leads to yelling, lectures, grounding, exhaustion. Open up leads to panic, overreaction, or never-ending check-ins. So they try a third option. Comply on the outside, disappear on the inside. Least chaos, least drama, most control over their inner world. And that's when the equation locks in. Fighting equals loud pain. Vulnerability equals complicated pain. Numbness equals quiet pain I can control. Here's the part that makes this so easy to miss as a parent. Quiet pain looks manageable from the outside. No slam doors, no emotional explosions, no obvious signs that scream something's wrong. Just a kid who's always in their room and kinda distant lately. The old red flag was defiance. The new red flag is indifference. Because rebellion still believes the relationship can change. Detachment is what happens when a teen decides it won't. Number 8, how to reach a teen who's already checked out. Here's the good news. Emotional detachment isn't irreversible. They didn't detach because they don't care about you. They detached because caring hurt too much in the way the relationship was set up. So the fix is not a big dramatic speech. It's changing the rules of engagement. 1. Trade interrogation for curiosity. Instead of, why didn't you tell me? Why would you do that? Try, I'm not here to attack you. Help me understand what it felt like from your side. You're inviting a story, not demanding a defense. 2. Respect small openings like they're huge. If a detached teen gives you anything, treat it like gold. They say, school was kind of rough today. Don't dive in with fixes. Ask 17 rapid-fire questions. Use it as proof that I knew something was wrong. Try rough how? More annoying rough or heavy rough? Then shut up and wait. Show them that sharing doesn't automatically launch you into crisis mode. 3. Admit the old pattern out loud. Nothing pulls a kid closer like a parent saying the thing they thought you'd never see. I've noticed you don't really fight me anymore. And honestly, that doesn't feel like a win. It feels like I might have made it hard to disagree or to be honest. That's on me. I want to do better. No lecture, no guilt trip, just owning your half. You're telling them, I see the distance. I'm not blaming you for all of it. That alone can crack the door. Not wide open, just enough for air. 4. Lower the stakes for honesty. Explain the new deal. If you're honest with me, even about stuff I don't like, I might feel things, I might need a minute, but I won't punish you for telling me. That part's safe. Then, actually live that way. This is where most parents accidentally fail the audition. The first few times they test it, your job isn't to nail the perfect response. It's to not prove their old fears right. The real rebellion you should worry about. The opposite of obedience isn't rebellion. It's absence. The teen who screams, "You don't understand me," still believes there's a version of you who could. The teen who shrugs, says, "Whatever," and goes back to their screen has quietly decided, you don't get the real version of me anymore. That's not a phase. That's a decision. The good news, they can make another one. If you want them to come back emotionally, you don't have to be perfect. You just have to be a little less defensive, a little more curious, and brave enough to say, I miss you. Not just seeing you, knowing you. Because teens don't stop rebelling because everything's fine. They stop rebelling when they feel like nothing they say or feel will change anything anyway. Give them proof that their truth does change things, even when it's hard to hear. And you'll be surprised how fast they start showing you the parts of themselves you thought were gone. If this hits close to home, watch why kids feel unsafe around loving parents next. It explains why good intentions sometimes still don't feel safe to kids and how to fix it without guilt.